Hi guys, welcome to one more video. And as you saw from the title, today I'm going to be talking about how I felt postpartum, mentally and physically. So I'm gonna start from the beginning, like when we were in the hospital. So in the hospital everything was fine, he was very sleepy, and then when we came home he was not really sleeping. He would sleep on me, and then every time I tried to put him down he would wake up. So I was all night awake with him, and this is just like the background for like what I'm gonna say later, so that's why I'm saying this. So every time I would try to put him down he would wake up and he wouldn't stay down. I had to like hold him. He would sleep fine on me. I would like feed him and he would just like, he would suck like 2 times and then he would fall asleep, but it was on me. Every time I tried to put him down he wouldn't sleep. He would wake up screaming, like crying, and so I could not put him down, and I did not want to co-sleep. I know a lot of people do, but I know the danger of co-sleeping, and even if it's like safely, I don't know if I would have a go into a deep sleep, because you're like so tired and then not wake up, like, you know, just like move or whatever. So I didn't feel comfortable doing that, so I was like awake with him all night, and he only wanted me because he wanted to be on my boob. So it was very hard the first week, I think. So the first 2 weeks he kind of slept, it was okay, and then after, that's when it started, like where he would not want to be put down, and that's when I was like, I would get like 2 hours sleep all night because I was awake with him, and then I couldn't sleep. I had him, and in the morning my husband would take him for like an hour or two, like as long as he could stay with him without him like screaming and crying and wanting to feed. So that's when I would sleep. So I would only sleep for like an hour or two. He would do that like sometimes before I went to bed. So like he would stay with him and I would go to bed, sleep a little bit, like an hour or two, and then he would bring him and I would feed him and stay with him. And then in the early morning, that's what he would do too. So I would feed him, he would take him, and I would try to sleep for another hour or two, as long as he would let him. So I would only get like 1 to 3 hours sleep during the night. It was very rough for me. I was very like exhausted, and also there was like the hormones, the pregnancy hormones, that was just like, it was crazy. It was very, very hard. I knew I would have to like wake up every 3 hours to feed, blah blah blah. I knew all that, but I thought I would get the 3 hours at least. And so it was like very hard. I know, like it would get like dark. So like here it's getting dark at like 4:30. So it would start getting darker and I would start getting like very sad. It was like I was like very depressed. Not that I had like depression, but I was getting depressed because it was getting late, and then I knew that what was gonna come during the night. So I was like that for a few days. I was very sad, and I just had like very sad feelings. I was sad for no reason. I was very tired and I just wanted to cry, to be honest. It was not easy. It's like you get into that cycle of, you feed the baby, he sleeps, wake up, change the diaper, feed the baby, and like you do that forever. And for me, like it was very exhausting, and he wouldn't want to stay with like my husband. Sometimes he would only want to stay on me and feeding, so he would not stay like content for too long. I know it's like a newborn, but he was either sleeping on my boob or like crying. So it was very hard because you don't know what is wrong, especially as a first-time parent. Like we really don't know, and I didn't think it was like gas or anything like that, like colic. So I didn't think it was that, but I also didn't know what was happening. So I think the first first few weeks, not the first few weeks, the first few days, I think he had a little bit of gas, but I don't think he was like crying because of the gas. I would just like feel and hear him farting. I was feeling very sad, and then there was this one day that I was sitting on the couch and I was just like looking at him. He was sleeping, and I would just get this like thoughts like, oh, he's growing up. I'm like so sad that he's growing up. I was like very sad thinking that he was gonna get older, like he wasn't gonna stay this little. I was just like looking at him wanting to cry, and I know that this was all like part of the like postpartum like symptoms like with the because of the hormones that was like messing up. I know like the at the hospital they said that I might cry, blah blah. They told us about like postpartum depression, baby blues, all that, so I was aware. But it was very weird feeling all those feelings, and I was just there. And then I think my husband asked like, how are you doing, how are you feeling, or something like that, and I just started crying. And he was like, what's wrong? And then I kind of told him like I feel very alone at night, because everybody's sleeping, like my dogs are sleeping, the baby's sleeping, my husband's sleeping, everybody's sleeping, and I was the only one like awake, and I was very tired. So anyway, I started talking to him about how I was feeling, and he was just like very understanding and said, you know, I can like help you, I can wake up even like, you know. And I'm like, you can't, there's nothing really to do because he wants to stay with me. But he was just saying that like he could wake up and just stay with me awake even if I had the baby, but he would be awake with me, which helped me. Like I felt a lot better that night, going like into the night thinking about how it was gonna be. But I was just like very like sad, and I'm pretty sure I had like baby blues, and it lasted for like 2 weeks. I think I was thinking like I was missing my old life. I was missing like just being pregnant, but not like the pregnancy itself, because as you saw on my other video, I didn't really like being pregnant that much, but I just missed like being like able to do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, and not have that like constant cycle. And then I would feel bad because I was like, why am I not so happy that I have my baby now? Not that I didn't love him then, I really loved him, but I was just feeling sad. And it's very weird, like you only know if you go through it, I think, because the sadness, like you don't understand why you're sad, and you're like, you feel like, oh, I should be happy because I have my baby, but and then like I should be enjoying him because he's only gonna be this tiny for like so long, and then you feel bad because you're not like enjoying, let's say. So it was very hard for me. I definitely had the baby blues. I researched, I was looking online, like I was very aware that I was getting like depressed, and I was looking if it was like, if it could be postpartum depression, but I didn't think it was. It was just like, it wasn't that serious, that deep. And I think it happens later on, the depression too, like after longer. And I was just like 2 weeks in, a week or two in, so I don't think it was that. So anyway, but yeah, I did have these, and if you're feeling this, it's normal for you to feel that. It's like your hormones, they're like coming they're like crashing down. And I think it was like something to do with like the progesterone, estrogen or something that's like very high up when you're pregnant, and then as soon as you have the baby, it just like sinks in so fast, and your body's like adjusting. So that's why you have all these feelings, but it does get better. Like for me, it took like 2 weeks, and I think that's what they say it usually takes. And now like I feel like we're more in a routine in a way, so it helps. And it just like, you will like get used to feeling, like get used to your new life in a way. So I am feeling a lot better now. He's a month old, so I'm like just feeling a lot better, and I'm like a lot happier. I'm enjoying him more, and I'm just very happy overall. There are some days that are like hard. I feel like if I stay in the house for too long, it doesn't help. It's just like it gets like that depressing, especially like since it's getting dark so early. I don't like the darkness. Like I like daylight. So like during the summer when it's like night at 9 o'clock, I love it. It's like you have the day, you can do this, you can do that, like you can go for walks. Since it's winter now, you can't really do that. It's very cold outside. I don't want to be taking my newborn outside in the cold for walks, and it's just like very hard. But if you're feeling this, like try to go somewhere. I was talking to my husband about it too. Like I feel I don't want to get out of the house because there's like I really have nowhere to go, let's say, and at the same time that I want to get out of the house, I don't want to get out of the house. And the longer I stay in the house, I like the less I want to get out, in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. But even if it's just like to go out for a drive or something, like even like me and my husband, we went out this one day. We just went to like get food, and we ate like in the car. The baby was sleeping. We just went to like a drive-through, and we just like got out of the house. And he was like, we should do this like every day, just like get out, not get food, but just get out of the house for something, like go get coffee or go like for a drive. It just helps you get out a little bit and not stay in the house all day for like, you know, so long. But that's how I am feeling, and that's how I felt. I mean, I just still like getting out of the house. I still feel like if I stay in the house for too long, I get kind of like, it's like depressing, you know, when it's the winter and it's cold, you get like depressed inside the house in a way. So that's kind of how it feels. But I don't think now it's so much the hormones, it's just like winter time. And physically, so that was all like mentally and all that. Physically, I'm feeling a lot better. I had a like vaginal birth, and I had the epidural. I will do a video, I don't know if I posted it yet, but I'll do a video about my birth. And so I had tear. I had 1st degree and 2nd degree tears. So I had stitches, and for the first days, I would say like the first week, I was still very sore down there. So it was hard for me to like get up alone. I couldn't like hold him and get up. I had to like give him to my husband or like put him somewhere and then try to get out. Usually I'll ask my husband to like help me up. And so because it's hard to like do like strength because it's like sore and swollen and it hurts. But I think it lasted like a week, and then after I was already like feeling a lot better. So that's pretty much it. Body wise, I didn't really gain a lot of weight during my pregnancy. I think I got like 20 pounds max. I think it was like 18-20 pounds, so it wasn't really a lot. I feel like all I gained was like the baby weight and the placenta and like everything like related to the pregnancy. I don't think I gained really like weight. So I feel like by the time I was 1 week postpartum, I feel like my stomach was all pretty much all like synced in, like back in a way. Not back because it's still kind of like jiggly. But I wasn't really worried about it. I wasn't worried about it at all. That's it for this video. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you find it helpful if you're going through it. Just know that you will get better if you're going through it, and you will get there to like be just happy that you have your baby. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on my next one.